So, this one's gonna be again about the summary from Yes, the book by Robert B. Cialdini and a bunch of other authors. Because the funny thing is, or the reason why I'm loving is that the last few days I've been always like, okay, an E.T., AI, and I always thought like, okay, it is the author. But I clearly haven't had a look at the book cover, because always on the book cover they are all the authors. And it is actually the case that, yes, exclamation mark, so the book that this summary is all about is actually co-authored or authored in general by a bunch of people. And I'm gonna go through them, I'm gonna talk about them after the intro, as always. As always, after the good old intro. And I get my blankets because it's a really kind of echoey sound right now. So it definitely makes a very, very big difference. And I've actually also seen it with old recordings that I had, where I wasn't using my blankets or where I wasn't using anything else that could somehow prevent the room from echoing, basically. And it really sounded like shallow, I have to say, because this sound or this audio quality that I'm having at this point of time is really like full, it's vibrant, it is like saturated, and it's not like, I don't know, gray somehow, if you can think about pictures and combined with kind of audio and whatsoever. So this is what I'm thinking about. But, let's actually go ahead and I'm going to show you who authored this amazing summary or actually the book, not the summary, but the book. The book. I'm gonna, no, not gonna do that. So, because it is actually authored by Noah Goldstein, PhD, Steve Martin, and Robert B. Cialdini, PhD. So it's actually 3 authors. You might be able to find different covers. You might be able to just find another cover or the exact same book with another cover. It might be the reason because this is an updated version, and therefore it is like just a little bit newer, or it's probably going to be newer, but there's definitely, if you just search for the book on Amazon, there's going to be the exact same book, but with a different cover. The thing is, I like this cover more, the other cover is like pretty, boring, because it is just, I don't know, I think it might be because of the colors, because it's just only gray and another color, and I don't really like that. Yeah, and also kind of other designish things. But I do have to recap where I've stopped yesterday, because yesterday we were actually able to finish up with the James Clear article on building habits, which is a pretty good thing, which is a pretty nice thing, a pretty amazing thing. And still, we are left with this one, and I guess we've actually went up to 35 or something, the secret 35, but I don't remember. Yeah, I think, actually, because it was kind of a special thing, because as you can see there is an editor's note, and this is what I remember. Therefore, we're going ahead with the 36th one. Yeah. So, to increase your trustworthiness, something that I've actually been talking about, I think, last week or something, maybe. So, to increase your trustworthiness in the eyes of others, be sure to follow your discussions of a drawback with a virtue that is related to and neutralizes the drawback. It kind of reminds me on this kind of sandwich principle, if you know that, in terms of actually giving feedback or giving criticism, which is like, okay, you're going to start with something positive, then you're going to say something negative or something that is actually kind of feedback, and then you're going to end it up with just something positive again, to just, I don't know, do not let the person feel bad about themselves, or do not just let the person feel bad in general, I like it, because I want to be a nice person. The thing is, you want to give feedback, and something that I know, because I'm just really kind of sensitive in that way, I don't want to say hate, but I'm just really sensitive in terms of okay, people giving me criticism, people criticizing my work, especially if they're not from this space, which means like, okay, they're gonna just be like, well, I would do this with your social media and I would do that with your social media and whatsoever. And they have clearly, or just they haven't ever been on social media. It still depends on the platform. It really depends on the platform. But still, like, yeah, everybody has an opinion, and everybody also seems to have an opinion on everything. Like, literally everything, whether it be social media, whether it be YouTube, whether it be, well, is YouTube actually a social media platform? Is it a social media? Because I don't know. Like, I think I've been thinking about it yesterday as well, but yeah, I think it actually is to some degree, or is it just a video platform or video creators? Never mind. But yeah, let's actually read this kind of example that we're always having after this statement or after the secret. So during the presidential debate against opponent Walter Mondale, I don't even know what or who Walter Mondale is, Ronald Reagan. Yeah, it's Ronald Reagan acknowledged that he was old, but stated, "I want you to know that I also will not make age an issue of this campaign. I am not going to exploit for political purposes my opponent's youth and experience." Yeah. I don't know, like, it is somehow correlated to the Abba thing, which was all about, okay, just, I don't know, saying something in terms of, okay, you're having a product and you're being like, okay, it is the second best product on the market. Something like that, I do just also have to say that, and I also think about it, I think you do just have to really be conscious about what you're saying and with what tonality and whatsoever, because it could really just, sound ironically and whatsoever. So it is very, very, very important to just give a fuck about your tonality and those things. The thing is, I really believe that it is just generous, that it is literally just generous, to say like, okay, just being nice and honest and trustworthy, in the end as well, because you're being like, okay, I know that my product might not be the best one, but it has this and that and this and that, and therefore you should buy it, because if you're really interested in just, I don't know, having a clean car, then please buy my product, because it is organic, because it won't harm the environment. It might not be just, it might not clean your car as easily, as some other very, very chemical things, but it definitely is very important for us, that the environment is not getting hurt by us washing our cars. This might be one thing. And this then, as I'm just thinking about it, has something to do with positioning yourself on the market, like everyone is somehow positioned. Like, I don't know, Apple is going to be just a premium brand for people that have the money and people that want to have just some, I don't know, ecosystem, because they also have a Mac and they also have an Apple TV and whatever. It is just for these people, it is for the kind of, I do not want to say rich guys and rich people in general, but there's definitely, a certain target group that they're having. And, Yeah. The 37th one, the 37th one, because it is the next one after the 36th one. I should not spit around, and I should also not change into German mode, something that sometimes happens, unfortunately. So the 37th one, if you find yourself in a situation which you have made a mistake, admit it and follow up immediately with an action plan demonstrating that you can take control of the situation and put it right. Something that I love, but the explanation or the kind of example. So when companies explain failures in their annual reports, those that pointed to internal and controllable factors had higher stock prices 1 year later than those that pointed to external and uncontrollable factors. Yeah, of course, the thing is, in the end, I would always suggest to focus on those things that you can control, because why would you even focus on the things you can't control? Like, you can't control it. It is what it is. Like the weather. I don't know, being pissed about the weather being bad or the weather being not as you wanted. I don't know. It is really unnecessary. I do understand it. For example, when you just want to go ski, or when you go, or if you're willing to go and swim or whatever you're doing, I don't know. Then, I don't know, it could really fuck with you. If it is like bad weather, but you wanted it to be good and whatever, it could really just be a pretty fucked up thing, especially, those things actually happen then when you, I don't know, when it is really not the best time for that, It is actually the case sometimes for me, but yeah, don't complain about it. It is what it is, and you can't change it, It's just literally kind of wasted energy and wasted calories, basically, as well, that that you're using up for just complaining about the weather, But yeah, the 38th one, because 38 is a good number, therefore I'm just not skipping it. So in cases where problems are due to technical glitches rather than human error, make all the relevant people aware to sign that you have control over the situation. MBA students assigned greater blame to the Office of Information Technology when they believed the disruption was caused by human error rather than by technological error. So in cases where problems are due to technical glitches rather than human error, make all the relevant people aware to signal that you have control over the situation. MBA students assigned greater blame, which is not good, isn't it, to the Office of Information Technology when they believed the disruption was caused by human error. Yeah, of course they will. If they kind of think like, okay, it wasn't human error, somebody is to be blamed, then of course they're gonna be complaining, and of course they're gonna be blaming. I don't know, I don't know where they're heading to. Unfortunately, really unfortunately. But yeah, the 39th one, let's actually, just talking about skipping the 38th one, I maybe should have, but maybe it is something pretty good for you, I might not understand it, but it doesn't really mean that you don't understand it as well, it could really be the case that you understand everything and I do not understand nothing, and therefore you get the value, and I don't get it, but I don't care. The 39th one. We tend to feel especially positive towards some subtle things that are associated with ourselves, such as our names. It's a really important point. Those who received a survey from someone with a similar sounding name were nearly twice as likely to fill out and return a package as those who received the surveys from names that they were not similar. Similar. Is it similar? No. Similar. Similar. What the fuck? This happens when you've just worked out, when you've just, haven't slept a lot, something that I actually notice, when I haven't slept a lot, the speaking part isn't as good, but still, I'm able to do everything that I'm willing to do, and this is what counts, at least for me. The thing is, our names are truly very important for us, and I can talk about it because the thing is, the thing is, people always get my name wrong. Because in Austria it is relatively often the case that people are named Christoph and not Christopher. Because I'm called Christopher. Christopher is actually an English name, if as far as I know at least, which is something that I like, because it is very easy for me to just use my name now, because it is an English name and I'm making English content and whatever. But the thing is, in Austria and then also in Germany and with all the people, that I was working with, whether it was in terms of sports, my trainers or whatever it was, a lot of people just got it wrong. They called me Christoph. And it always pissed me off so immensely because I can understand it, I'm trying to be empathetical enough to also understand the people that are getting such things wrong. The thing is, they see documents, they have seen actually my passport, I guess, and they still got it wrong, and then I kind of feel like, well, is it actually the case that they just don't give a fuck about it? Or is it actually the case that, I don't know, they are just so much in their head and they're just thinking about all kinds of different things and they just don't realize it. It could also be their thing, And then, on the other hand, it is just truly, truly a good thing when people actually get it right the first time. It is nice. It is amazing. It's super, It is amazing, because then it is like, okay, wow, you got it right. Everybody else got it wrong, but you got it right. You got a plus point in my kind of diary of people that got my name right. The thing is, our names are truly important, and not only for me. I really believe that also because Dale Carnegie in his book How to Win Friends and Influence People pointed it out, the name from someone or someone's name is truly important to them. It is not something that is like, okay, it is only your name, I can just, I don't know, cross it out. I can just name you whatever I want to. It is not the case. We really, really, really like our names most often, and our names are really important to us. And therefore, remembering one's name is also a pretty important thing. In a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, he was also talking about that, as I said before. But it was about a particular person, that actually used some sort of a strategy to always remember somebody's name, and it is truly a good thing. It is actually truly a good thing because, they liked him. They liked him because he was always able to recap somebody's name, even though he has met this person just, 20 years ago, once, and he would still remember the name. And if he didn't remember it, or if he didn't understand it the first place, then he was like, well, what is your name? He was asking for it. It was not like, okay, well, I didn't understand his name, I'm just gonna not call him, or just not gonna talk to him or something. He was truly like giving a fuck about the names of other people, which is amazing, which is really amazing, because then the people liked him. Which is very important, not only I think for your legacy and personal kind of values, I guess, but also for business values and business situations, I guess. It's always nice if people like you, I assume. The 40th one, mirroring. Matching the behaviors of others creates feelings of liking and strengthens bonds between people. Food servers increased their tip size by nearly 70% by matching their customers' verbalization after receiving the order. Yeah, I believe in that. I really truly believe in that, but it is not only in terms of just verbalization or audio things, whatever it might be. It is also in terms of your body language. If you're mirroring, and something really important to say there is that you should just not overdo it, because sometimes people overdo it, and then it is clearly not a really nice thing, because people notice then, people should notice. But if you're consciously mirroring somebody else's body language, it is, it actually could, because I really don't want to say it will always do that, it could really strengthen your bonds, and this person could really get to like you because of that fact and whatever. So it truly is a good strategy, but really, really, really focus on just not overdoing it. I think it is as important as actually using it, I guess. The 41st one. Always the exact same mistake. And I actually don't know why it's 43rd and not 41st. Never mind. Experiencing retail rejection, which I don't know what it is, can increase your motivation to buy, wear, or consume products from the very people who are disrespectful to us. What? So when people were rejected by fellow university students, they were subsequently much more likely to buy a university wristband. Is it because, we then think we are not getting rejected any longer, and we think that, okay, everything is going to be nice just because I'm now having this wristband, or because people are going to think like, okay, I'm on their lane, I'm on their kind of ground or whatever. It could actually be the case, because we like things that are similar to us, our names, body language, tonality, speaking, whatever it is. And it's definitely also going to be about just, wearing clothes. And not just having something in common, I guess. The 42nd one. People can often distinguish between authentic and inauthentic smiles. Very important as well. Restaurant patrons who perceived food service to be authentic in their positive displays were more satisfied with their service. And I really deeply believe in that. I really deeply believe that this is something that really, really heavily matters. Because it matters. People actually notice, when somebody is inauthentic, when somebody is authentic. It doesn't necessarily have to be about smiling. It also is about being authentic as such, and also just being inauthentic as such. And also, if you just know what you're talking about, if you're just a piece of shit, if you do just want to get their money, if you do just have something else in your mind, in the back of your mind or whatever, people notice. People really often notice that. And therefore just be you, be truthful to yourself. Don't fuck off people. Don't fuck with people. In a negative way. Fuck with people in a positive way, but please not in a negative way. It is first of all not good for your legacy, really not good. But also, it is just, I don't know. Just don't do that. Why would you? Why would you for getting more money? Well, no. Just no. The 43rd one, pointing out the fact that that your products, services, time, and help are limited places, greater value on them. I'm sorry. Services, time, and help are limited. Period. Places greater value on them to the point where people appreciate them and you more. Nice. In October 2003, thousands of people stopped their cars and blocked a major motorway just to see Concorde's final takeoff, something that had been visible every single day for the previous 30 years or so. It is actually the case. If something is limited, if something isn't there always, then people are gonna care about it. People are caring about it, no matter what the fuck it is. And I kind of feel it. I kind of feel it as well, and I'm really empathetic with this thing because, if it is about like, okay, this is gonna be the last second of TV being on the air, because I don't know, broadcasters have noticed, okay, nobody's giving a fuck about TV any longer and whatsoever, then I'm gonna watch the last few seconds of TV. I'm just gonna do that, because it's not gonna be there afterwards. Maybe it's just because of the pain that we're having of losing out on something, or regret, or whatever it is. It just seems to be correlated to some pain that we actually decide to then just do something that we've always seen, always done, always kind of had or something, just to get it once more or something. I don't know. I think we actually go ahead with Quora. Quora, the great platform. The platform where I'm answering some of your questions. If you're asking me a question, I'm on here, You can ask me a question. If you're on social media, you can generally just ask me a question, just hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is. It would just really mean the world to me. It would really be amazing. Like, I really love this kind of things. And you can ask me questions, and then I'm going to talk about them on the episode, on the podcast, because the podcast is amazing, because this is the best podcast in the fucking world. Maybe. But let's actually see. I'm going to show you. Or even not, I don't know. It's always like, this is my recording software. Thanks a lot. This is also my recording software. And this is it. This is Quora. I, by the way, hope that the screen is big enough and things. But it should do the thing. Let's actually, couldn't I just scroll from the bottom to the top or something? Let's actually just do a scroll, and then I'm gonna take this one. Well, it is just completely in the middle of two things. What should I do right now? So the first question is, what is the best way to promote a video link? And the other one is, how do I write every day? And what should I write? I think I'm gonna take the second one, because I guess there is more value correlated to this question. So how do I write every day, and what should I write? Just start writing, I guess. Really just start writing, and then it's going to be a habit, and then you're just going to keep writing. I do not even say, and I wouldn't even say that writing every day is necessary. I still believe that it is a good thing, because I'm also recording every single day because I like to do it, and because this is what I want to do it. This is what I want to do it. This is what I want to do. But just for some people it is just better to gradually expose themselves to a new habit, and some people do just want to have the habit and then just start 100% from the beginning on. I'm more like the second thing, I do just like to start fully and then just keep it in my life, Might be because I'm actually having quite a lot of willpower and discipline in this kind of space, so that I'm just gonna do it, I'm just gonna do it. It is what it is. I'm just gonna do it no matter what. And some people just like to be gradually exposed to things so that they actually get into the habit and just, just because of various reasons, we all are different. The thing is, I would just say just start writing. Just start writing about anything, The first thing that you're thinking about, just write about it. try to write about it. And this also just creates some sort of a challenge for you to also come up with things and just practice your storytelling and also practice your writing skills and all those things. Just write whatever pops into your mind at first, whatever it might be. If you're publishing it, and if it is something inappropriate, then okay, just take something else. Take something else, if you're publishing it online. And I would totally suggest you to publish it online because, well, habits, habits and people, when they actually then see your stuff and if they like your stuff, they're also going to be like, well, where is the new post? Because you haven't posted for once because you kind of just missed it out or something, and then they're gonna tell you, and then you're gonna be like, well, wow, they have actually reminded me on just doing the post, because people care about the stuff that I'm doing here. It's just great. It is just great. I don't know what to say. It is just great. Just start. Just do right now. Write 2 words now. You do not have to write 100 pages. Just write a page now. 200 words, 100 words, it's totally fine. Just write. It is about writing. It is not about how much you write. It is about writing. But yeah, I think this is going to be the end of the episode. And I really have to thank you for being with me. Like, honestly, I really have to thank you. And I'm also going to look forward, or I'm just literally now, I'm looking forward to the next episode that I'm going to record after I've eaten something, because I really feel like, okay, dreaming, basically, because I don't just get anything. Literally, I'm really not joking. Like, everything is like so a little bit slow, to be honest. I don't know if it is healthy, maybe not. Well, it should be okay. It should really be okay. But yeah, I wish you the best health, happiness, and also success. And also that you're going to remind yourself on how you're going to be remembered. So basically your legacy, because we totally can change it and manipulate it and kind of shape it. But no matter how nice you are, no matter how generous you are, there's still going to be someone that hates you or just dislikes you. And something else that I'm willing you to think about is your purpose. And 3 questions that might help you with that are: what are you trying to do? What are you trying to change? Why are you here? And what is bothering you the most on this planet? Because, yeah, often businesses started with the 3rd one and whatever. And yeah, just ask yourself these questions, answer them, and then see what is coming out of them. Maybe you get something, maybe not. Maybe you just have to ask yourself some different questions. But I'll see you the next time. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. It really means the world to me. I see you. Hopefully. I really hope.